for me to help you guys change your lives, for one, I'm going to need I'm gonna need pretty much what I'm gonna need you guys to do is I need you guys to open up not only your minds, right, but your hearts. Okay. It's what's gonna what I'm gonna be using to help you guys stand. It's what I'm gonna use to help you guys overstand. Okay. So what I want everyone to do is I want everyone to practice breathing. Okay. I want everyone to breathe in. When I say to, hold on, not yet. I'm just going to instruct you guys. Right? I want every one of you guys to breathe in through your nose. And I want you to feel your lungs expand. I want this moment, for the next few moments, to be the most present that you've been all week. You normally just run through life without any actual presence. Okay? So I want us to do this, practice this before I get into these tips to change your life. Okay? Because if you guys can be present, then you guys will be able to absorb this information a little bit better. So when you inhale and you fill your lungs up, I want you to feel everything inside of you. Understand how you feel. I want you to hold it for a second. I'll guide you. And then I want you guys to exhale through your mouth. All right, like this. Okay, I want you to feel it. If you're not feeling it, you're doing it wrong. Does that make sense? Okay, great. I want every one of you guys to inhale deeply. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Exhale. Okay, again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now this time, as you inhale, I want you to inhale, and I want you, while you're inhaling, I want you to think about what it is in life that you want. I want you to think about those things. Inhale. And if you received any objections while thinking about the things that you want, and as you say that you want, I want you to exhale any objections. Exhale. Okay, inhale one more time. Gathering everything that it is that you want in your life. Now exhale. So Good afternoon, guys. My name is Junior Anthony. For the ones that do not know, there's a few new faces in here. I'm really honored to have each and every one of you guys in here right now with me in this class. And if you guys can give me about 30 minutes to 45 minutes of your time, my intention today isn't to sell you anything. My intention is to change the way that you believe, the way that you live, and the way that you operate. And if I can do that, you're pretty much within the mission of what I'm trying to accomplish with my life. Are we game for that? Yes?
Yes.
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 1000%.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Is everyone present
Yes.
in this room? Are we all present?
Yes.
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 Yup.
Yes, Jenna.
I'm here. 1000%.
When I came in, I heard a lot of people cheering and about their successes. But one of the things that I did last week was actually share my screen while I actually show you guys how possible affiliate marketing is and how people are actually getting paid doing so. Within the last month, we've seen people like Trang make $20,000. We've seen a lot of other new people, beginners, making thousands of dollars. We've all seen it happen. Yes, last week. Some of you guys that's been with us since last week seen us pay people out in that way. All right. But what I want to do is I just want to ask a few people that has never made money online before. I want to ask them, what does it feel like? How does it feel? And is this exciting? Okay. And you guys are going to get to know some of these people because class isn't going to be about me, but it's going to be about them. Because I'm going to use those people that I'm going to be selecting as a gateway to help you guys understand, every one of you guys understand these tips and principles to elevate your life. Sounds awesome?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to add Spotlight Deborah. I'm going to add Spotlight Cindy. And I want to add Spotlight Hillary. If you can you all guys help me out with that? Ladies, if your cameras are off, please turn them on. If they're on, please keep them on. I'm going to use these three ladies. Are they all pinned? Yes, they are. Great. Awesome. So recently, you all ladies and guys are pretty much all new to our program, correct?
Correct.
Recently, in the last few days, you were all able to receive your first sale, correct?
Correct.
Awesome.
Correct.
So, Cindy, since you're the most vocal, what I would love to hear from you, sweetheart, is how does it feel? Right? So tell everyone a little bit about yourself. And I want you to let people know there's a lot of people, Alexa as well, but we can add Alexa if you want, but it wasn't just the first sales that I was looking for. It's principle that I'm trying to figure out. And we may even be able to figure out with Alexa as well. I don't know. All right. I just know the stories of these people in here. Hence the reason I chose them. Okay. So Cindy, if you may, can you please express to me, how does it feel to be able to make an income online with affiliate marketing?
It feels absolutely amazing to think that I could achieve one of my goals, and that is to help people better their lives by connecting with them and sharing with them and try to help them just better themselves in the future and make a better future for themselves. It's so rewarding to do that. You know, it's not all about the money. It's about helping people. And, you know, that just, I stood up and did a dance. I was so happy, you know, it was just, it's an incredible feeling, Junior, and I owe it all to you guys, you and my community. Without their support and their guidance, it wouldn't happen. So we work as a team, and it's a great place to be.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So what I want you to do, because these are amazing feelings that you're telling me right now, but if I could remember correctly, not too long ago, you had frustrations.
Oh, I had big time frustrations.
Okay. Can you speak on some of those frustrations a little bit so that everyone kind of understands it?
Well, first of all, you know, for me, I wasn't making progress in the first few months. As much as I tried, and I kept trying to contact the right people, they were hesitant. You know, they had doubts because they had been to other programs before and didn't find success like we found here. And it was just so frustrating, but I'm just not a quitter. And down deep inside, I knew that one of these days it would break with all the help and support from my fellow coworkers and Junior's teaching and guidance, that I would one day and very soon be able to help someone. And, you know, you can't give in to frustration. You can't give in to fear. You know, you just got to keep pushing through if you want really what you want in life. You can't just say you want it and have it show up at your doorstep. You got to work for it. And working for it with a team like this, it's just unbelievable. We just make things happen.
Absolutely love it. So recently, and in fact, yesterday, I spoke with the president of Think and Grow Rich, and I fell back in love with this book called Outwitting the Devil, where they spoke highly of definiteness of purpose. And a lot of people, they say these things such as, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then we don't realize that to accomplish this thing, we have to be this type of person. And most people are unwilling to change who they are at the core. Hence, they never get that thing. Now, Cindy, she mentioned that she had a lot of frustrations because she's been here for, I think, longer than anyone in here, actually. Any of the four ladies in here. She's actually been in here longer than any of them. And it wasn't until of recent that she made her first online commission. But what she did not do, which is what most people do, is they quit. They give up. They say it doesn't work, or it's not possible, or this isn't for me, or this is wrong, or some other excuse as to why they cannot succeed. But I want everyone to just keep in mind the struggles that Cindy had, because there is a pattern that I want to show each and every one of you guys. There is a pattern. I want you guys to listen to it and hear the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Deborah, can you please tell me, how does it feel to have made your first sale? Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. You're awesome. Guys, keep Cindy up, please. Don't take her down.
Yes, indeed.
It feels surreal. I mean, it's indescribable. It's not you always hear about, oh, they're going to make money online, you're going to make money online. And kind of like Cindy was saying, it's like you look to all these different avenues and you're like, which way do you go? How do you put it all together? How does everybody make it work? And they're not making it work. And coming in here and actually putting what you tell us to do into action. And like you always say, it's not who you are, but it's who you have to become. It's true. Like you ripped my butt the other day. But I needed it. I needed that push. Like, are you a quitter? Because you do get frustrated because you're like, gosh, why? What am I doing? And how is it? But it's like, it just, all of a sudden, it's like you break that old thinking process down and you get the new one. And then all of a sudden it's like, you get results. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Whoever that guy is, FMA, listen, if you think it's a chat box, you're free to leave. Deborah, they think you're fake. Tell them
I'm
bye.
not a fake.
But yeah,
Trust me.
chat bot. I was like, what?
Adios.
I am not a paid actress. Trust me.
I'd
I'll
like to be one, but I don't think so.
right.
Trust me, these people-
One thing about life,
Right.
and people in a certain level, we don't have time for the foolishness, right? I can't tell you guys what to believe. Like, that's not my job. I'm not your God. I'm not. Like, if you want to sit down and live the life that you're living and without any change, and cool. Be skeptical about everything around you. But don't complain when nothing in your life goes your way. Don't complain when nothing in your life changes. Just blame yourself because you cause your own mess. And it's your ego and your need to be correct that starts most of these issues that you have. But anyways, Deborah,
Yes. Sir.
you said something very, very valuable, and I kind of want to repeat. I want you to repeat it. All right. Going back again on you making your first income and the frustration, I kick your butt, and what else?
Well, it's not who you mean, like it's not who you are, but who you have
Yeah,
to become.
that part.
Yeah, because my mindset, it's like you always talk about that money thermometer and where yours is set, and do you feel like you deserve what you really truly want? Because if you don't feel like you deserve it, you're never going to attain it. And I mean, Junior, you've, like, everybody in here has helped me so much, because there's been days where I'm like, man, I don't know. And everybody's like, no, you can do this. You can do this. And, you'll jump in and you're like, what's the issue? You can't, are you a quitter? No. Well, then fix it, figure it out. And I did. And then the very next day, I made income online.
Right. Despite all the stress and despite the issues that you were having, correct?
Right.
Now,
Absolutely.
let me tell you a little bit of backstory about Deborah. And every one of these ladies I've literally chosen because this is something that just happened within the past few days. And every single one in here, they have some type of thing that glues them all together. In fact, it glues everyone together. And it's what I'll be talking about today in class. If you guys want to learn how to elevate your life, I really want you guys to pay attention to the message that these ladies are telling you. Now, understand this. This is how teaching is done, okay? If I told you the answer, chances are you're going to forget it. It's human nature. But if I plant seeds in your mind and you choose to find the answer, you will never forget it because you discovered something. So I'm intentionally doing this, and hopefully this message reaches to whoever it needs to reach in order to help you change your life. Like I was mentioning, I was speaking to Satish, the president of Think and Grow Rich, the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And he was mentioning how the world is lost, right? And right now I'm literally downloading in my brain everything Outwitting the Devil. And according to the devil, he owns 98% of the population and only 2% are not owned by him. And Satish says it's really hard doing the work that we do because most people don't even believe what it is that we're trying to tell them because they're indoctrinated to the way society has told them to live. But the greatest thing about each and every one of you guys that is in here, and I want to applaud each and every one of you guys for coming here every single week because you understand that this is how you change your life. Repetition, consistency. I want to applaud each and every one of you guys because you understand the need for your own personal growth for you to have any type of financial growth. If you're not growing personally, you're not going to grow financially. Now, Deborah, just as Cindy, she had gotten to a point where Deborah messaged me and says, not messaged me, but messages a group chat. And she says, guys, I can't do this. I'm throwing in the towel. I had a meeting with actually my new class, right? Actually, yeah, Alexa, you were there. You were there for my new class, right? Alexa, you just came in from last workshop, correct?
Yes.
And I mentioned that I don't have time for losers in my orientation, correct?
Yes.
And I mentioned that a loser would be a loser and a winner would be a winner, correct?
Yes.
And I mentioned this other guy that said he quit and all the other reasons why he quit. And my reaction was, bro, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. In fact, there was no reaction to it, correct?
Yes.
Great. 7 days later, Deborah follows suit and she does the exact same thing. And I only said 3 words. I literally only said 3 words to her. I said, figure it out. But see, Deborah is not a loser. And the words figuring it out could have meant bad for her. And she could have went in to win and did whatever she wanted to do. And she didn't. She took it positive. And 24 hours later, see, Alexa, it's a great thing that you're here then, because you were there, so you got to see it. That's awesome, right? And 24 hours later, Deborah was able to make her first ever online commission after just 24 hours before wanting to give up. It's incredible.
Well, and I couldn't have done it without you, Junior, because I had so much on my plate. I was just like, I can't do it right now. Like, I didn't want to give up, but it was like, I can't do it right now. I've got all this stuff going on and 10 trucks of gravel and you just those words, it's like, figure it out. I'm like, oh, fine, I will. And thank you.
Very good. Well, guys, my job is just to be a guide. I can guide you to change your life, but if you ain't trying to change your life, I can't do nothing for you. All right. Hillary, I want to use Hillary as my next example.
I'm here.
All right, Hillary. As I've mentioned, for the past few weeks, Alexa, get on this as well. We do have an event, so Alexa, we're gonna make sure you get your Satori Live tickets. Now you're not hiding because now I see your face and see there's a reason why you're here. So Hillary I don't know. She didn't purchase her tickets for Satori Live, and she gave us a bunch of excuses why. Couldn't understand it. Like, I'm beautiful. You don't want to see me? Right? Look at all my beautiful community. You want to see them? And I went back and forth with her for a few. And then she committed. She took a step of commitment. And what happened after your commitment, sweetheart? You're muted.
Gotta say, can you hear me?
Yes. What happened?
I got my first commission.
How long did it take after you've made your commitment?
The same day.
How long? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Maybe
30?
five max.
5 minutes. So 5 minutes after she determined that she is definite about what she wants to do and definite in the understanding that she's in the right place and in the right path, that's when her results came. Now, Alexa, you're only here for what, less than 7 days, 8 days now? 7 days?
Yeah.
You've already made your first commission. So you're still a baby. But I remember Alexa didn't want to smile to nobody. She was just mean mugging everyone. She makes herself, she's like, Junior, now I'm smiling. Right? Alexa, did you have any moments throughout the time when you thought, this is hard, this may not be for me, I don't know if I could do this? Did you have any time that those thoughts in your mind existed?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, I've been like really depressed. That's why like I want to change my life. I want to change myself. And it was just a sign when Trey found me and I took this opportunity and all my savings, I have no money right now. All the money I had, I spent it on the mentorship, but it's an investment on me and I'm gonna succeed.
It's awesome.
But yeah, I have my moments where I'm down. And when I got my first commission, I was really happy and excited because I actually made it happen. So even though I was bothering everyone, but thank you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. You all of you ladies, I want everyone to give these ladies, these brave, powerful ladies, a huge round of applause.
You're right.
Yeah.
Ray, right on.
Right on, right on.
We are here for you guys.
Ladies rock. Woohoo!
And
Alexa,
Alexa,
ladies rock.
Alexa,
tonight.
Alexa,
Glorious.
remember, you're not bothering us, my sister. We are here to support you.
That's right.
Awesome.
That is right.
Never
That is
We're here
right.
to support you.
Never a
You
bother.
got good.
We have your back, girl.
Yeah.
We got
Thank
you.
you,
guys.
Look at that.
Your
You go
life is
there.
about to change for sure.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
So side note, this is what I love about my community, this live Satori community, our community. Thing that I love about you guys the most is your willingness and openness to help and share your camaraderie, camaraderie. I can even say that word.
Camaraderie.
Whatever the freaking word is, that word, you guys know what I mean. But I do appreciate that. You guys are absolutely insane. And I love the culture that you guys been able to maintain and uphold as a minimum, because not only do we repel the people that are not of that nature, but we tend to attract the people that are of that nature. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for putting both of your best foot forward and actually being, your true, authentic self. You guys are awesome. So right now, what I want to do is I want to read you guys something that I believe would help you guys look at what each of these ladies have been through and make a determination of what you want to do or how do you want to base the next 12 months of your life. It's a brand new year. I have this event called Satori Live that, if you guys don't mind, I'll tell you guys a little bit about Satori Live. We have this event, Satori Live, that we're going to be having in the next, 2 weeks? Wow, 10 days? Holy crap, that is scary. So we have an event that we're going to be having in the next 10 days where we rented out this massive ballroom in this massive hotel. We're going to have a bunch of our students actually attend live and be around massive speakers. And the reason why I believe that this is something that we should do every single year, and the reason why I uphold myself to do it every single year, despite the enormous amount of cash that we lose doing it, is because the world needs help. And there's a lot of people that are sitting down making these empty New Year's resolutions year in and year out. Year in and year out, they make these resolutions that don't come true. A few months after, they're weathered in the wind. Definiteness of purpose. So what I've done for the past, 3 years now is I've actually gathered, called the troops, if you would say, multiple 7 and 8 and sometimes even 9-figure entrepreneurs to actually be live in person, helping me facilitate these events. Now, what these events do for people just like you, just like me, was I realized that there was this type of person that I've always wanted to become. There's no possible way for me to become that person if I'm still surrounded by the people that I'm surrounded by. We all hear the term, your net worth is your network. But we don't practice it. But it's not that we don't practice it. But the truth is, a lot of us don't have the opportunity to be around those types of people to practice it. That is the actual problem. So what I've done in Satori Live is found a way to solve that problem by giving regular everyday people access to build and connect and share with those types of people so they can now have a form of dialogue in their head. Like for me, whenever, I remember when I was just getting my start with what I was doing, I didn't think about what Junior Anthony was going to be doing, right? In fact, I was thinking about, hey, is this what Abraham Lincoln would do? Or is this what Napoleon Hill would do? Or is this what Russell Brunson would do? I would literally have these conversations in my head so that I then make the best choices instead of the wrong choices. So if you leave it to us, most likely we'll make the wrong choices. But let's just say Halloween is coming up, right? There's a Halloween party, and a lot of you guys want to celebrate Halloween, right? What I would do, and it's what I still do, right? How many of you guys see me here for Halloween? With your hands? Did I go out and celebrate Halloween with your hands? Okay, great. It was my mother's birthday anyway, also, by the way, right? But what I do is I ask myself, hey, is this what this person would do? Is this what Elon Musk would do? And I make my decisions of whether I want to go out to that party or go to this event or go to this thing or go to that thing based off of the thought process of, hey, is this what this person would do? Now, the thing that I love about these events, the Satori Live event, give me 2 minutes. The thing that I love about the Satori Live event is you are now face to face with multiple multi-millionaires, where you can now pick their brain, get to know these people, understand these people, and figure out how they think. If you figure out how they think, you can also emulate how they think. And if you can emulate how they think and imitate their beliefs, that means everything they've been able to accomplish, you can accomplish it as well. For instance, one of our students, Trang, she's been with me for 2 years and she's already passed $200,000. And this is coming from driving for DoorDash. Because she's able to imitate how I think, how I operate. So just want to leave that, that piece of news for you guys. For anyone that is thinking about the Satori Live event, we have a few more tickets open before we actually have to close it. And now what I want to do is I actually want to read you guys, now that I've got your brain off of what happened before with my 4 examples, I now want to read you guys something to bring you back into that place so that it's not me giving you the answer, but it's you figuring out the answer yourself. Okay. Elevation is what you want. Okay, so I'm reading a book, by the way, guys. All right. Elevation is what you want, right? You want to go higher and higher, but you don't realize that you can't go higher and higher and higher if you keep everything that you had while you were on the lower levels. I want to reread that. Elevation is what you want, right? You want to go higher and higher and higher, but you don't realize that you can't go higher and higher and higher if you keep everything that you had while you were on the lower levels. Sometimes going higher means you've got to let go of some things that you had when you were on the lower levels. You've got to learn how to eliminate to elevate. You got to learn how to do what?
Eliminate to elevate.
Eliminate to elevate.
Sorry, my mic was off. Eliminate to elevate.
Eliminate to elevate.
Eliminate to elevate.
Eliminate, elevate.
Eliminate to elevate.
Eliminate,
Eliminate.
eliminate fear, elevate faith.
I once read that sacrifice is not giving up something that you desire. Sacrifice is letting go of something of a lower nature so you can take hold of something of a higher nature.
You're absolutely right, Junior. You nailed it.
I want you to think of accomplishing your business goals or your family goals or your spiritual goals or whatever your goal is. Maybe you are like me and you have a desire to elevate your golf ball. It doesn't matter what arena your goal is in. The principle works for everything in life. You've got to eliminate to elevate. What does it mean? Let me explain. If you want to get to the next level in business, you've got to eliminate conflict. When I say conflict, oftentimes the conflict I'm talking about is internal. And that internal conflict usually manifests itself as resistance. Do you catch that?
I caught it.
I want you guys to understand this. There's a reason why I brought those ladies up here. There's a reason why I let you guys listen to their stories. They all had resistance to something. I'm not telling you guys what the resistance is, but they all had resistance to something. And the moment they let go of the resistance, what happened?
You made a sale.
They get results.
You make
Got
money.
the
They got
commission.
results. They got results.
They got results. The
Definitely got
moment that they
results.
let go of the resistance, what happened?
Got
You get
Got
results.
results.
They got results.
Internal conflict usually manifests itself as resistance. You resist the very thing that can take you to the next level. As I said, you get on an elevator, and you've never been in an elevator before. So you just think it's a small room. And then the doors start closing. Hey, what is going on? The door's trying to close. Why are they trapping me in this small room? And you run off of the elevator. You have to eliminate the internal conflict that manifests themselves as resistance to the thing that you are learning. You have to recognize the real meaning behind resistance. When you are getting ready to go up to the next level, you are going to experience resistance. Sometimes it's just going to show up as overwhelm. What you don't realize is that overwhelm is like a rocket booster. When rockets take off, they take off in phases. The first phase gets you out of the Earth's atmosphere. The next phase gets you into the stratosphere, and the next phase gets you into orbit. What you're going to realize is that when you feel overwhelmed, you're feeling that way because you're about to go into your next phase. Overwhelm is kind of like driving a car with an automatic transmission. When you're going up at a certain speed in a certain gear, the engine starts revving up, and what happens? You don't say, oh my goodness, my engine's about to blow. No. It just lets you know that the engine is about to change gears. It's about to go into a higher gear. When you start to feel overwhelmed, you start thinking, oh my goodness, this is so much work. I don't know if I can take it. I just feel overwhelmed right now. But what you've got to understand is that when you start feeling those feelings are nothing more than a sign that you are getting ready to shift into a higher gear. When you start feeling overwhelmed, understand that overwhelm is not a sign that you should quit. Overwhelm is a sign that you're about to level up. You're getting ready to go to another level. While resistance sometimes manifests, check this out. While resistance sometimes manifests as overwhelm, it can also manifest as judgment. Judgment can manifest itself through your thinking that something is too difficult for you, or sometimes judgment manifests as thinking something is too easy. If you find yourself thinking, I don't know why I have to do this or that, I'm smarter than that, that's resistance, masked as judgment. Do you realize that there are things in your life right now that you think are too hard for you to do? And the truth is, the only reason you think they're too hard is that you've never properly learned how to do them. You realize that there is nothing really that's hard to do. What's hard is thinking about needing to do something that you don't know how to do and feeling like you have to do it before you learn how to do it. Let's say you don't know anything at all about computers. You just barely know about how to turn one on. You've never sent an email, and all of a sudden you decide, I want to start building websites. As soon as you start learning all the terminology, you begin to realize that people who create websites speak a totally different language. Talking about JavaScript and PHP and HTMLs and cascading style sheets and CSS and all this other stuff that you've got to have, like an index, the hosting account, the URL. And then you suddenly feel like you're drowning. That's because you're feeling like you have to learn how to swim after you jump in the water. And sometimes it doesn't always work that way. I promise there's nothing that is too hard for you to learn if you learn it correctly. I hope that did not go over anyone's heads. And I hope you guys all understood the principles that I laid out for you guys. And if you really and truly believe, if you truly believe, and we do, whoever that is, if you truly believe, that you can elevate, these tips are going to help you find the direction. Okay. Now, understand that I read this from a book. This is a book that I do read often. What I want you guys to do, if you guys haven't gotten the message, the actual message, what I want you guys to do is I want you to replay this. I'm going to put this up on live. You can find it on YouTube. I want you guys to rewatch this a few times. But you kind of finally figure out this concept. Okay, awesome, very good. So anyways, guys, thank you all for your time today. I'm going to open up a Q&A discussion for about the next 10 minutes. And I'd love to hear some of you guys' feedback and some of you guys' aha moments and observations.
I'll start on that.
Junior, I have a new client, a new person here. His name is Travis.
Okay. Hey, Travis, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Junior?
How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Okay, awesome. What did you learn today?
The thing that stood out most from what you were saying was eliminate to elevate. The reason it stood out is because I can very well much relate to that saying because I've been I don't want to say exposed to it, but I've had those words similar to that statement stuck in my head for like the past few years, trying to discover ways to eliminate I guess you can say certain burdens that weigh you down from moving forward in life, achieving higher goals. It's not easy. That's why it stood out to me, because overcoming certain burdens in your life, it doesn't happen overnight. And a lot of us are facing and battling, personal demons that hold us down and take time to overcome. So when you mentioned that, it really hit home run for me. And so that stood out to me the most.
That's awesome. So understand that if it's constantly a theme that's coming back to you, what does that mean?
If it's constantly a theme that's coming back to you, I would say it means that it's something that's still holding you down, holding you back.
Something that you still need to learn and understand. Because you cannot learn and understand it, or you cannot move forward past that life lesson until you learn and understand it and master that thing first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for instance, when I was younger, I always had an issue with money. All right, I always had an issue with money where I've always wanted these things, but I realized that I couldn't have certain things because of money. I always wanted to go places, but I couldn't because of money. I always wanted to do that, but I couldn't because it was money. I always wanted to be in that social circle, but I couldn't because of money. But it wasn't until I realized, right? So this is my lesson that I learned, right? So I'm sharing my lesson to you. And so this is literally, I think this would at least be a 7-figure hack that you can literally use to just hack your way through life. It wasn't until I realized that the reason why I keep having that resistance, where I keep having to learn money, thing that I had to realize is I have to start spending more money. The moment that I started spending more money, I started making more money. And then that problem that I had before, where everything was just this lesson I was keep learning, it evaporated and it never came back. Does that make sense? So it's just a lesson that you have to learn right now. And until you learn that lesson, you're going to have literally different scenarios represent its way in different situations. The overall theme is that same exact thing, and it's going to happen over and over and over, which it probably has started happening to you until you learn that lesson. So figure out what is the lesson that you need to figure out. I can't answer that for you. You have to figure out yourself. Figure out what is the actual lesson that I need to learn. And instead of resisting that problem, attack it. Sounds fair? Awesome. Anyone else?